No.
All right. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. You might be somewhere in the world where it's one of those three things, but regardless, welcome to Team Elite TV episode 80.
Wow.
Wow, 80 episodes. That is amazing.
80 episodes. You guys know what happens 20 episodes from now, right?
100.
Centennial episode. Episode 100 is coming up in the future. That's going to be pretty exciting. But here we are on episode 80. This is T.Gray hosting today. So excited to have some incredible co-hosts on the line. Let me just introduce you to them, and we're going to jump right into a great episode. And by the way, for those of you who are watching, let me tell you what's going to happen today. We're going to accomplish two things on Team Elite TV today. The first thing is we've got a superwoman in our house who's got 13 customers. You guys know we've been trying to teach everybody how to get 2 customers every single month. Well, we've got somebody who so far for the month of October has 13 customers, and we're going to have that person share with you how they did it. And then the advertised episode is, how to build this business on a part-time basis. We got so many people out there building the business part-time, trying to juggle it, and some are juggling, some are struggling, and we're going to talk about how to get that done. But first, let me introduce you to our amazing co-host tonight. Going from left to right, I want to start down in the Texas Valley with our rock star sapphire executive, none other than D-Lo, Doris Lopez. What up, D-Lo?
Hey, what's up? I'm so excited about this episode that we're about to get into. And I'm so excited about what Melinda's about to talk about. So everybody better get ready. Take notes, because we're not here to reinvent the wheel. We just copy what the winners are doing. So I can't wait to hear from Melinda. I'm super excited.
Awesome. And hey, we want to give shout outs. So if you're on live and you're watching, make sure you're texting, any of us that are live on the episode, and we'll make sure that we give you a shout out. That said, I want to go down to Jamaica, the Caribbean, the West Indies, the land of sunshine and blue water, and also the land of Pearl executive, Kimberly Davis. What up, Kim?
Hey Team Elite. Oh my God, I feel like I've been missing like forever because I missed last week's episode. But it's really good to be on. We are already at 80 episodes. Can you guys believe it? So tonight, I'm totally excited. I really want to hear from Melinda, and I want us to just have the conversation of how to build this business part-time and to build it successfully. So I have my pen, I have my book, and I'm ready to go.
That's what I'm talking about. Never trust your fortune to your memory. Your pen and paper. I got mine. And that said, we got one more rock star to introduce from San Antonio, Texas, the land of sun and Adobe style architecture.
The land of sun and heat, because we are in the end of October and still extremely hot.
Can you believe the Texas weather today? I'm like,
absolutely.
Come on. Like I was watching the weather on the news yesterday, and they're advertising no 90s November. But
I know. Crazy. So I want to tell everybody hello, because it's been a little while since I've been able to be on. Obviously, I am still working part-time, but it is important to be able to get everything done, and it's nice to be on tonight.
Well, it's nice to have you on tonight, Pearl executive Melinda Martinez, double M, rock star. And we're going to go ahead and jump right in. I mean, first of all, I just want to congratulate everybody who has been diligently building their business. I know it takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of vision. And, one of the biggest challenges that people face, I would say actually probably challenge that everyone faces is a 4-letter word called life, L-I-F-E, right? Because, when we first saw this, just think about each and every one of us. When we first saw JEUNESSE, when we first saw this opportunity, it resonated with our soul, our spirit, our circumstances. There were things that we wanted to be able to accomplish in life and be a part of that we got excited about. And so we embarked on the JEUNESSE journey. However, life doesn't let up. Life says, okay, well, that's fine. You just added something new, and I have my own agenda for you. And so many people are struggling with that. And so we put together a plan that said, hey, we're going to chunk it down into a bite-sized formula that if you follow this formula every single month, it's going to help you to be successful, right? And we call it 2 and 2. Actually, there's 3 steps to the plan. The first step is every month using the products yourself. Step 2 is every month adding 2 new customers to the customers that you already have. And step 3 is to enroll 2 new business partners and add them to the business partners that you already have. And that's your goal. You might not accomplish all 3 steps, but minimally you want to make sure that you accomplish step 1 and step 2. Those are the 2 easiest steps to accomplish, using the product yourself and adding 2 new customers. Just to show you how that can be done, you know, we've got people who are in the 2 customer club, the 3 customer club, the 5 and more customer club. This month, Melinda Martinez is in the 5 and more customer club. I think she's been in the 5 and more customer club every single month. But unfortunately, it doesn't do Melinda justice. If you guys are watching our Facebook group, we put up a picture of Melinda that was extremely appropriate, and it is the picture of Superwoman with Melinda's face on the body. And that is because she's got, hold your breath, you ready for this? 13 customers this month. 13 customers. So the first part of Team Elite TV tonight is we're going to have Melinda just share with us, you know, Melinda, how did you do that? How do you have 13 customers this month?
Well, the very first thing that you have to do is the first part of the plan. You have to be a product of the product. And I love all of our products, but the Zen line is something that I'm very passionate about. You know, I feel like my health is very important, and so is sharing and ensuring that other people's health and wellness is part of their life for not only themselves, but their family. And so being a product of the Zen line, I use the Fuse, I use the Shape. Right now I'm detoxing, so I'm using the Prime. I use the Fit. And as I go through my daily activities, I'm talking to people, and some people have seen me recently and some haven't. So I haven't always been this size. So when I'm having a conversation with people, I'm ensuring I understand what they're wanting, because some of them want to lose weight. Some of them want to gain muscle. Some of them want to lose inches. You know, some of them just want to have a better health and a better life and achieve it for them and their family. And so as I'm talking to them, I'm actually finding out how they're doing in their life. And I bring up conversations that will strike up about health and wellness. And so as I'm doing that, to me, it is this: if I get and figure out how I can figure out what they want, even if they only buy Prime or Fuse, one product means they're a customer, and you sell at retail. So whether you're selling and making $10 on something or $50 on something, it's truly still a customer, and it's showing them that your products are great for them, and you're following through, and you're continuing to have conversations, because month after month, once you have them on one and they're having success with it, then they're either going to reorder or a possibility of a different product as well. So I ensure that every single day that I'm actually going out, I'm talking to people. It is so important that we're sharing information just daily about not only what we're doing, but how we can help people. And so that is really and honestly what I've been doing the last 2 to 3 months. And each month my customer base is growing, because as they are getting some success in various aspects, they're also referring other people to me, because they're sharing the product with other people.
Right. That's powerful. And see, and I love that. I mean, you and I, we had this conversation yesterday, right? And so you are proof that the plan works. because it's not that you got 13 new customers this month, right? Of the 13 customers, how many are new and how many are repeat?
I have 3 new, but all the rest of them are repeat customers.
So 10 customers from the previous months,
yes.
right? So Doris, Kim, you guys are getting this. This is what we've been talking about. This is what we're teaching. You maintained 10 customers from the previous months. And you know what? Everybody watching, Melinda didn't get 10 customers last month. You know, last month she probably got 2 or 3 new customers, and she had 7 or 8 that were from the previous months. And so that's why each month you maintain the customers that you have and you add 2 or 3 or whatever more, right? So this month she added 3 new ones, maintained the previous 10. So now she's got 13. Watch what happens next month. If she gets 2 new customers next month, because that's the minimum goal, 2 new ones each month, maintains the existing 13, she'll have 15 customers. You guys get where this is going? And that's what makes the business work. You know, I love the way, so I asked Melinda yesterday, we're talking early in the morning yesterday before she got her day started, and while I was in the gym, totally derailed my workout, but that's okay. She's my homie. She can do that. So, but the way she said it yesterday, I loved it. The way you said it yesterday, she said, the secret is you got to open your mouth. And when you open your mouth, you do 2 things. One, you put products in, right? Using the products yourself. Right. You talk to other people. She's always talking to other people. And so that just kind of reminded me when you said that, Melinda, of the saying, a closed mouth don't get fed.
It's important that you open it. We all have to. Yes. On every aspect.
Yep, absolutely. And then the other thing that you said that just struck me so powerfully yesterday was that one of your customers, all they bought was the detox, right? It's probably one of our most inexpensive products, one of our smallest total servings of products, but it doesn't matter what they buy. They bought something. They are a customer now, right? I love it.
And as they're getting success, you know that we can share other things, because as you follow up, I had one person buy a Prime this month, and then I followed up with her, and she's like, okay, what do I need to do next? What's my next step? So then I put her on the shape and the fit, because that's what actually fit with what she needed. And so, you know, she was a multi-product customer for this month.
Awesome, awesome. So Melinda, before we let you go, because I know you got some other obligations tonight, and we appreciate you doing that leadership thing and making some time for us to help with Team Elite TV. But let's just kind of recap this for folks so that people can understand, right? Because what you just did is so encouraging. And all folks have to do is they just got to start somewhere, right? And we can trace this back to a few months ago when you only had 2 or 3 customers. But each month, maintaining the ones you have, adding 2 new ones. Same thing with your business partners, folks. And so, Melinda, do you have any parting words for everybody before you rock out of here?
I just want to encourage everybody to ensure that you not only talk to people, but then you follow up. Because I promise you that as you follow up, and you don't have to do it daily, but follow up with them. If you know they're doing detox, then absolutely. It's going to be a few days in a row to ensure they're taking it, to ensure that they're getting the results and they're staying consistent. And they will actually see a huge difference. If they're just taking Fuse, then are they drinking it daily? Because before they run out, you know that you want to sell them another, bag of Fuse. So make sure that you're following up, because as you follow up and ask for the referrals, if you know that they are getting the results that they want.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Melinda, thank you so much for being inspirational. Thank you so much for being a superhero and occasionally letting us see the S on your chest as you inspire us to soar to new heights. And we appreciate you very much.
Yes.
All right. Well, you guys have a great night. Thank you.
Awesome.
Bye,
Thanks, Melinda. Hey guys, I'm getting text messages from the group here. I just got a message from LaDonna Jordan. She said she's got customers on Prime, and she followed up with the customer who's on Prime, and they had success. Now they want to do the whole transformation pack. So what Melinda said is like right on point. I mean, Kim, I think, how many customers do you have so far this month? I think you have, what, 5 or 6? I'm not sure.
6.
So, you know, just a little bit about how you've been able to do that.
Well, Melinda spelled it out exactly on point. She said, find out what people want. And that is exactly what I've been doing, having conversations, you know, meeting persons where they are and supplying what they need. Because the truth is, not everybody will need Instantly Ageless. And not everybody will need the serum and luminous. Some persons just want a detox. Some persons want the entire transformation. So we really have to make the time to find out what people want and give them exactly what they want. And not only that, but follow up with them, ensure that they are using the products. You know, I have persons who I sold the products to, and in 2 days, day 1, day 2, I'm sending a message. I'm saying, did you start? You know, did you take the picture? Ensure that they do what they're supposed to do, because you want them to get great results. And for them to get great results, they have to use the product and use the products correctly. So you have to be that manager, that consultant that people are looking to, because you have what they want, and you have to have that mindset that what I have is what people want. So it makes no sense to be silent about it. A closed mouth cannot be fed, as T.Gray says. So you have to open your mouth and talk.
I love it. I love it. Because, you know, wishing and hoping never got anybody anywhere, right? You know, it's not going to just happen. You got to stay on it. But, you know, this kind of gives us a perfect segue into our training topic for tonight, and we can keep them all woven together, which is, you know, how to do this on a part-time basis. Because you're going to have some folks that say, well, you know, all that following up and all that stuff is just so difficult because I have my job, and we got these things going on at the job, and I got my kids, and I got my husband, or I got my wife, and I got all this stuff going on, and I got my church and all these other activities, and oh, and my kid is in 5 different sports, and you know, I really want to do this, but by the time I blink, the week is over. By the time I blink, the month is over. And so what we want to do, folks, now is we want to help you learn how you can be successful. Because the truth of the matter is, yeah, all those things are real. All those things are legitimate and valid, but there are people with your same set of circumstances and even more who are successful, right? There are people who have 3 and 4 and 5 businesses to get 2 and 3 customers each month, and to enroll new people, and to advance their JEUNESSE business just a little bit every single month. And so what we want to do is we want to talk about how those folks do it. We've asked these leaders here, Doris and Kim, to come to the call with some suggestions and some ideas as to how a person can be successful. Things, practical things that everybody can do in order to be successful. And I hope that as we go through this part of the call, you'll take notes, and at least 1 or 2 things that you can do that's going to help you to start to have more success each month. So you guys ready?
Yes. Ready. I'm ready.
All right. Now I've got a list here. If you guys want to go first, you can go first, or want to do this?
I could go first.
Go for it.
Okay. So first of all, I want to give a shout out to Lori Lent, who, again, my girl never misses an episode. She is, you know what, she got a promotion not too long ago in her job. And I'll tell you what, she's such an inspiration, because when she first came on board, she came on board with the ambassador pack, and next thing you know, she's panicking, right? And she's like, I don't think I can do this. But you know what? She saw a vision. And why do we come on board when we come into this business? Because we see an opportunity. And that doesn't mean that, you know what, some of us may not see that you can make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year with this business, but you can make $50 a month, maybe an extra 200, you know, 500, 1,000. You choose what it is that you want to make. And one of the things that I can only speak on a very, very personal level, Lori is always such an inspiration because she's learning. She knew nothing about network marketing. She'd not really been involved in anything like this at this level, I don't think. But she, you know, and life happens, and she saw something that she could do. Even though she was fearful, she still stuck with it. And look, it's been a year. She's with us still. And she's learning every time. And we have no idea how much people impact us with the little messages or whose lives we're going to touch when we're on and we're talking. But I'll tell you what, for me, what has helped in growing my business is that I'm constantly talking to people. And one of the things that I learned and why it's so important to stay plugged in and to stay in touch, not only with your leaders, but with the people that you've talked to before, the people that you brought on board, is because don't know how much someone needs what you have to say to them. How much those little nuggets that you may think are normal for you in your daily life, and you see somebody's message or you see somebody's posts. And I'm getting to this because Nick posted a full flyer yesterday. And as soon as I saw it, man, I felt this fire in me, right? And I remembered that I was listening to one of our trainings that we did as a group, and one of the diamonds said 80% of your business is customers. That's not 50% of your business is customers. That's not 30%. That's 80%. That means that 8 out of 10 people that choose to do anything with you, it's okay if only 2 decide to do the business. The other 8, you want them to be your customer. And you know that Prime is a great way to get started, because sometimes people, they're afraid to start a new project. They're afraid to start a new way of living. They feel like maybe the entire Zen project date is too big. But you know what? Everybody is always looking to detox. Everybody always wants a quick way to learn to lose a few pounds, and that Prime is perfect for that. And so when I saw that, what Nick posted, and it's like, wow, that Mission 1000. Man, I had so much fire in me. I went crazy. I called Nick immediately, and I said, dude, this is amazing. We need to do this. And you know what? It's one person at a time. He said to me yesterday, Dilo, you know what happened? I was in Orlando going live, and I didn't know these people were watching. And when I got back to Jamaica, that place where he's going to have that event, they called him and said, you need to come and do this for us. So guys, we cannot deviate from what we set out to do as leaders. And even if you don't have a big rank, even if you're a new distributor, you're an executive, you're a jade, it doesn't matter where you're at. Matters. The way that you portray your business matters. The reason why you have a vision is not just for you to keep it to yourself. You know what? When you go to a movie, and that movie is amazing, you call everybody, you're like, oh my God, you got to watch this movie. Hey, you're just redirecting your spending with your JEUNESSE business. We have so many products that are amazing that instead of your friends going out to the store and buying it from GNC, buying it from Walmart, buying it from CVS, everybody looks for a detox, guys. Everybody looks for something to give them a little bit of energy. Everybody is looking for something to give them, you know, some kind of vitamin. We have to rethink how we've been doing our business and follow what Melinda's been doing. Follow what Kimberly's doing. And that is talking to people and listening to their needs and showing them what it is that we have within all of our products that will meet their needs. You know, so we just have to stay focused. We have to be watching what people are saying and listening. Because a lot of times, if you come across with someone and they'll compliment you. And the reason why they're complimenting you is because you've got something that they want, right? And a lot of times you don't know what it is. And all you got to do is talk to them, hear what they're saying. 9 times out of 10, if you're sitting out a line, somebody's talking about how tired they are. Oh my God, they got to rush to work. You know, oh, you know what? How much better would your life be if you didn't have to rush to work every single day? What if you didn't have to stop, us single moms, stop in the middle of our day sometime because we have no time, because we're married to a job to provide for our family, that you could work from home. Or you know what? You can get started by making $50 extra a week. Or you know what? You feel tired. You might need a little bit of detox. It's only $20. So we have to be ever watchful and really focusing on doing this on a part-time basis, because Rome was not built in one day. It took a lot of people working, a lot of years working within the structure, creating all of the bricks that were needed, everything for those, big murals to be done, everything that took to create Rome. It was not done overnight. And what we are looking to do within our business, at least for me, I have a vision to create a business where I empower every single person that gets in front of me to be able to live a life that not everybody's willing to live. Not everybody's willing to sacrifice. But if you start somewhere and you really hold on to the vision, that's why I'll tell you what, Lori inspires me. And the other day she said, man, I haven't done anything. But the fact that she's growing on a personal basis and that she's committed Sunday after Sunday after Sunday. Right now she's driving, but she's listening to us. That is really important, because you cannot change your world until you change your mind. You cannot change your paycheck until you change your mind. I read something the other day that said that your paycheck matches your personal growth, right? So what is the personal growth that you're going after today? What is it that you're going to do within the next 7 days till we meet again? Are you going to create excuses? I'm a single mom. And when T.Gray said, you know what, you have 1 kid in 5 sports, I have 5 kids in several sports. On top of the fact that I had to restart a complete business because I lost literally all of my source of income. So guess what? I have to keep my vision in front of me. And the toughest month that I had within that time that I lost my source of income, that's when I did my 2 customers and my 2 distributors within a 24-hour period. You know why? Because my need and my why was right before me. And so what I'm saying to you guys is this, is that you're not going to build a massive business overnight. Some people do, but we're looking to build a massive business that is stable. And the only way that you can have a stable business is with customers. That is the only way you get to grow your business, is with customers. So every person that you talk to, whether it's a Zen Prime, whether it's one, you know what, even if you sell them 1 little pack of the Instantly Ageless for $10, whatever it is, you've got to give them a taste of what you've got for them to come back and ask you for more.
D-Lo, that was absolutely fantastic. That's awesome. And, like you said, you're a single mom. You got a lot of kids. The kids are in sports, multiple kids in sports and a business. And yet, every single month you're on the board. Every single month you're adding new people to your business and teaching those people to do the same. And it's definitely a juggling act, right? And so we just appreciate you sharing your tips on how a person can do it on a part-time basis and not make excuses. And so I totally love that. Thank you for your share. I want to go to Kim now. So Kim, you're a single mom as well. You're in a country where you don't have everything readily at your disposal like the United States, so you have a built-in layer of difficulty there. What are your tips that you have for how people who are busy can build their JEUNESSE business on a part-time basis?
T, as I listen to D-Lo, I can so relate to everything she's saying. And today when I was in church, when church ended, a friend of ours, my sister and I, came over to us, and listen, her hair was a mess, right? So my sister said to her, why did you come out of the house looking like that? And she started to find excuses that, oh, she have the kids and she have the husband and the house to look after and all of these excuses. And I said to her, girlfriend, listen, you've always had the husband, the kids, and the house to look after, but you've never come to church looking like that. So clearly that's an excuse. And it's the same thing as I think about that. It's the same thing with us and our business. We have the job, We have the kids, we have the husband, but we make them into excuses for us not doing what we said we're going to do. And the only thing I'll add to what Dilo just said is this. I'll ask this question. We have to constantly ask ourselves, what do we want this business to do for us? And the follow-up question to that is, what are you prepared to give up in order for this business to work for you? Because it goes hand in hand. You have to give something to get what you want. Are you at the point now where you're going to give up your comfort, where you're going to give up your convenience, where you're going to give up your excuses? Because for those of us who have a 9-to-5 job, I'm sure if the boss calls us and tell us immediately that we have to work 2 hours overtime, we're not going to say no. If the boss calls us and say, you have to work through your lunchtime tomorrow, you are going to say yes. If the boss calls and say you have to come in 1 hour earlier in the morning, you are going to say yes. So why is it that we are so cultured to put in the extra work when it comes to somebody else's business? But when it comes to us and our future and our legacy, we make excuses, and we make it to be such a small thing that, you know, maybe I can do it tomorrow, or maybe I can do it next week. It doesn't work like that. What do you want this business to do for you? And what are you willing to give up for this business? Yes, we have the perfect system. I'm actually reading this book, How to Build a Multi-Level Money Machine, and it's a powerful book. We have, and basically what it is telling us is what we have right here at Team Elite, our family here. We have the system, we have the amazing product, we have a company that supports and gives us what we need to succeed. But I'm coming back to the question, what are you willing to give up? Are you willing to give up your comfort? Are you willing to give up your excuses? Are you willing to do what it takes to get to where you want to go? And how important is that to you? And that's the bottom line. So it's not even about T.Gray or Doris or Melinda or me. It's about you and your personal commitment and how badly you want your current situation to change. Just as how we can go the extra mile for our bosses and for everybody else, it's the same way that we have to put ourselves on that chair, on that pedestal, and say, listen, I deserve more. And I'm willing to commit the extra 2 hours, the extra 1 hour, the 30 minutes during lunchtime to send out messages. J-Mobile has been updated, and it's an amazing app. It's an amazing system for us to use. Team Elite has always been there, and a powerful tool for us to use. So what excuses? What are you willing to give up? And what do you want this business to do for you?
Wow, Kimberly, that is major stuff. I'm over here posting on Facebook about you and Doris sharing. And, you know, I love one of the things that you said. You mentioned about using your lunch break. And, you know, that's what people do when they're serious. They find these little bits of time to do little things, you know. I was talking to one of my buddies who is actually in a different MLM. His company is one of the companies that markets electricity here in Houston. And you know what, he just has it as his goal, one chunk a day, one customer, actually, sorry, not one customer. His goal is to talk to at least one person a day about his business or his product. At least one person every single day, right? And so that's really the key, even if you have to do something like that on your lunch break. Well, what I want to do right now, guys, is I want to add to those amazing things that you shared with 4 practical steps that people can do, right? So if you weren't taking notes, I want to encourage everybody, get ready, take these notes, write these things down, because this is going to help you not just with your JEUNESSE business, but with your life, okay? All right, so here's the first thing that I want to encourage people to do. Here's how, we know you're busy, okay? We know you got a job. We know you got a wife, you got a husband, you got kids. And like Kim said, right? You had them when you signed up. Don't start using them as an excuse now, right? But, we accept that as your reality because it's all of our realities. Doris has how many kids? 10 kids / grandkids, plus a business. And she is, she's the leader in that house. You got Kim, single mom. Her son is busy, needs mom's attention. She's got a job. She's building the business on a part-time basis. You got Sam. She's an entrepreneur. She's got other businesses. She's got 2 girls that are growing up, high school, all that kind of stuff, in sports, single mom, yet able to be successful in the business. And you don't have to be a single mom. You got folks that are married, but they have lots of responsibility. I'm married, right? But I'm an entrepreneur. I've got several businesses, several companies that I have responsibility to, but yet here's how we do it each month. Okay. So here's the first step. Number 1, plan your week on Sundays. Plan your week on Sundays, right? So a lot of times what happens, folks, is people blow the weekend. The weekend is an opportunity for you not just to recharge your batteries, not just to spend some time with your family, but it's an opportunity for you to get yourself focused and clear and set yourself up to win for the week. All right, so my family and I, we went to dinner before I came home to get ready for Team Elite TV, and we're in the restaurant, and every Sunday we have our family meeting. And our family meeting for the week, what we do is we talk about our schedule and our objectives for the week, right? So each person talked about, hey, here's what I've got going on this particular week. And then we answer this question: what are 3 things you can do this week to have a better week than you did last week? And what's great is that it makes you think about it, right? For me, my 3 things were: I need to get up earlier, right? I need to review my plan before going to bed. And what was my 3rd thing? I forgot my 3rd thing, but I identify 3 things at the restaurant that, I could do to have a better week this week, and each of us did. So you plan your week, you take advantage of this opportunity to do that. And underneath that, you want to make sure you have a family meeting. Okay. So, you got kids or spouse, whatever. Everybody does this. Usually we don't have it at a restaurant. Usually we have it in the kitchen. On Sunday afternoon, we have it right here in the kitchen. And we'll sit here and we'll talk about what everybody's schedule is. Sometimes we'll stick a thing up on the wall and write it down so that everybody knows what's going on if it's going to be a particularly crazy week. But have a family meeting and get your family in sync to go over schedules. See, here's what happens when you do that. Let's suppose that Tuesday night you have it scheduled to go and meet with so-and-so about JEUNESSE. Well, on Sunday, you tell your whole family, so Tuesday night, this is what I've got going on. So now everybody knows. And they can respect that time. They'll even tell you on Tuesday morning, hey, Mom, you've got that meeting tonight, don't you? Right? And so what happens is now you get your whole family in tune to the schedule. And what you're doing is you're teaching yourself and them to respect the schedule and to be forward-thinking and mission-oriented as a family. Okay? Second, also in planning your week on Sundays, part of that is meal preparation. Meal preparation. Stop living your life last minute, okay? So last week was one of my best weeks ever because what did I do? I did meal prep. I lost 8 pounds last week. And one of the reasons Kim is giving me the big applause. That's right. Go ahead.
Good job. Yay.
You know how hard I've been working on this, right? And Melinda was celebrating with me yesterday. And one of the reasons why I was successful was I took the thought and the work and the travel and the stress out of figuring out what I was going to eat, and it was also one of my most productive weeks because I didn't have to think about what I was going to eat. I got a little office a few blocks away. When I left the house, I took my meals with me. I got a microwave over there. When lunchtime came around, I didn't have to think about, okay, where am I going to go to eat? What am I going to eat? What can I eat? I would just put this in the microwave, cover it with a paper towel. When it comes out, grab a fork, eat it, and keep it moving, right? Awesome. And so meal prep. Now, you might not be on a diet program, but meal prep helps your family because here's another thing that happened. Guess what? Even though I meal prepped for myself, my family ate that. right? It became like my son, his life got easier because he just grabbed it and so tonight when I meal prep, I'm going to meal prep even more so that now everybody can eat that stuff. So as a mom, as a dad, meal prep for at least maybe 3 days out. Maybe on Sunday you meal prep through Wednesday, then on Wednesday you meal prep through Friday. So now instead of having to figure out what you're going to cook each night of the week, you only got to cook twice. Everything's stacked up in the fridge in Tupperware containers, plastic containers, and you can now just think about what are you going to do with that time. What can you do with that time that you don't have to spend trying to cook something up every night? You see what I'm getting at, guys? All right, so that helps. Also, in planning your week for on Sundays, you want to set your goals for the week. You want to write those things down. And you want to review them in the morning. You want to review them in the night. Okay. So what are your goals? What is it you want to accomplish this week? Right. Ask yourself that. What is it that I want to accomplish this week? If our goal is 2 customers and 2 business partners, and we're coming up now, this is going to be the first week in November, the last 2 days of October, the last day of October, I should say, is tomorrow. And then now we're in the first week of November. And if your goal for November is 2 new customers and maintain the ones that you have, then what part of that do you want to accomplish? Right? Write that down. And if you review that in the morning when you get up, just have it on your nightside table. When you get up, look at that. Okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Right? I mean, look, let's just be honest. Let's be real with each other. Most people, what is the first thing they do in the morning? Guys, what's the first thing most people do in the morning? First thing, first thing. Huh?
Oh, they go to
the bathroom. Right?
Right.
You use it. Right? I mean, come on, we're human beings. Right. You've been asleep for 6, 7, 8, 9 hours. 6, 7, 8, 9 hours. First thing most people do in the morning is they gotta go, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a perfect time to review your plan.
Right.
Right. If you have it, if it's on your phone, or you can tape it. In our bathroom, the throne is right across from the shower. If I put my stuff on my phone, but if I didn't, I would tape it to the shower so that I'm sitting there looking at it. You know what I mean? But the bottom line is you want to make sure that you review that plan in the morning, review that plan in the night, and you start to become plan conscious, right? And you start to take actions that are going to help you deliver and to work the plan, okay? So that's the first step. Plan your week on Sundays. And underneath that, we have a family meeting, go over the schedule, set your goals for the week, okay? Second practical step. You guys ready?
Yes.
Learn to live your life by a calendar. Learn to live your life by a calendar. Here's what you're going to find. The most successful people in this world live their life by calendar. And the most mediocre, average, failing people in this world live their life whichever way the wind blows them.
They plan nothing.
They plan absolutely nothing, right? And guess what they get accomplished because they plan nothing? Absolutely nothing. Right?
Nothing.
Your calendar rules, you need to use that calendar to guide your life. It's the map, right? If you're going someplace you've never been before, you plug the map in your GPS and you follow it, right? Well, your calendar is the map for your week. And it tells you exactly what you're going to do. If it's not on the calendar, it's not real. So learn to live your life by calendar. That is a success habit. That is a wealth habit. Okay. All right. Here's my third point. That was number 2. Number 3 is this. Exercise. Get some exercise. What? Get some exercise. Right? Whether you're a morning exercise person or a night exercise person, doesn't matter. At least 3 to 5 days a week, get some exercise, right? Whether you lose weight or not. I mean, obviously we want you to be fit. We want you to be healthy, but this particular exercise is to turn on your brain. okay, to get your blood flowing, to get your juices flowing, and to give you a sense of accomplishment. Okay, so hey, Zeus, chill out. We're doing an episode here, Zeus. All right, so you don't have to do hard, crazy workouts. It could be something simple, right? It could just simply be something like, write this down real quick, you guys. Ready? 10 push-ups, 10 squats, 10 sit-ups, 10 jumping jacks. Do that 4 times, right? Just that simple. Now, here's what happens. When you've done that 4 times, you feel like a freaking champion.
You're awake.
Because you finished, because you accomplished something. You set off a whole bunch of chemicals and internal fireworks where you feel like a freaking champion because you actually finished something. And what happens is you get high on that feeling and you want more of it. And so now you'll go finish other things. And it's amazing the way that will set your life off, right? So many people can't get anything done because they're just kind of going through like a zombie. They're not moving their bodies. They're not accomplishing anything. They no longer know what it feels like to win.
Right.
Now, if you want a harder workout, we can give you some more harder workouts. The more challenging it is, the bigger the feeling, right? But what's crazy is not only that, but the more you're going to get done. The more you're going to get done. You turn yourself into a freaking beast. Get just a little bit of exercise, okay? All right, next. This is number 4. Last one. Don't try to do it all at once. Do not try to do it all at once. So a lot of times what happens is we kill ourselves before we begin, finally decide to set a goal, but now we set a goal that is so freaking astronomical that there's no way at all that we can get it done. It just totally ruins our psyche. We deflate ourselves. We feel bad. We feel like a failure when we don't get it done. And the way we seem to be wired psychologically is that if it's too big, we actually don't even try. Remember we were talking about this the other day, Doris? When the goal is too big, people don't even try. It's the reason why our whole plan is 2 and 2, not 5 and 5, not 10 and 10. Because you know what? You're going to have the Melindas who are going to go out there and get 13, right? And you're going to have the rock stars who are going to feel like, yeah, I can get 10. The Kims who are going to go and get 6. But the people who can't see themselves doing that, instead of just doing what they can do, they tend to do nothing, right? They don't say, oh, I can't do 10 and 10, so I'll just do 2 and 2. No. So what we have to do is we got to set the goal at the lower level and say, hey, everybody, just do 2 and 2. The overachievers, you're not going to stop the overachievers. You're not going to stop the Kims from getting 6. You're not going to stop the Melindas from getting 13. 2 and 2, people won't tune it out and say, I can't do it, right? So when you set your goals for the week, don't blow yourself up by trying to bite off more than you can chew. Just set small bite goals and work to achieve that each week. Step-by-step goals. For example, talking to one person a day about your business or about your products. Just one. Everybody can talk to one person a day, and I guarantee if you talk to one person a day, at the end of the month, you can find 2 customers. Right? If you talk to one person a day, 30 days, you can find 2 customers. All right? Nobody even said it had to be different people. Hey, you can talk to the same 5 people every 6th day. I'm going to talk to Doris today, and 6 days from now, I'm going to come back to Doris. That means I'm going to talk to Doris, 4 times in the month practically, and one of those times she's going to be my customer. You see what I'm saying, guys? So those are my 4 points. Plan your week on Sundays. Learn to live by calendar. Get some exercise. And don't try to do it all at once. Do it in bites. What do you guys think about that? By the way, before we do that, I want to say hi to Adriana. We got one of our pearls from the Valley. Jumped in mid-episode. What's up, Beja? Hermosa? Mi amiga? What's happening?
Hello a todos. Oh my God. I just coming from Reynosa, Mexico, and just jump in the call.
Nice. Well, you know what? You came internationally to join us today. We're so excited to have you on. All right, guys. So let's give some feedback. Those are 4 points. I want to hear from you guys, and then I have a question from Eliza about customer acquisition, and then we're going to wrap up this episode. Go for it.
Okay, well, I think that what you talked about, these 4 points are really powerful. And I can tell you that when I do plan my week and I focus on doing some of these things that you said here, I'm really most effective in my goals. So guys, you know what? I'm not ready to show you my mirrors yet, but one of the things that I do that really keeps me super focused is that I happen to have a ridiculous amount of mirrors in my house. I have lots of mirrors in my house. And if you walk around them, you will see some of the things that I post. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you right now because I have to. But these are some of the things that we have to do for ourselves. And you know what? I'm going to keep talking because I'm going to take this picture. But you have to really speak to yourself when you're doing something. And if you somebody else is going to speak to you, and I don't know how well you'll be able to see this, but this is my mirror. I don't know, can you see it? T.Gray? That's me taking the picture, and there's a lot of writings in the mirror. You can't read that because it's backwards, but I'll tell you what it says. It says, I'm the first Ruby in South Texas. Okay, and
I like it.
Yeah, and you know what? If you go to all of my mirrors, just right now they got cleaned up. But usually the beginning of the week, sometimes it stays up there for months. I had for about 4 months on every single mirror that I walked around, and I told myself, and every time I read it, you saw it in my car, you would get in my car and you would read it. I'm Sapphire, and people would get on it and drive it and they'd be like, what is Sapphire? I know what it was. And I'll tell you what, once I became Sapphire, I still had it there for a long time. And T.Gray and I had a conversation one day, and I said, that's it, T.Gray. I want to be the first Ruby out here, you know? And you know what? Ever since that day that we had that conversation, that's been in that mirror. And so you have to keep your goals before you. So read your goals as often as you can. Talk to yourself. The most powerful conversation that you have on a daily basis is the conversation that you have with yourself. The most challenging mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally times that I've ever been encountered with. And I'll tell you what, it's because of the people that I chose to surround myself with that continuously encouraged me in what I chose to speak to myself about. And you have to keep yourself focused. So if you have to write it down, write it in your mirrors, take pictures of what you want. It's crazy, but I'd rather be crazy and successful than be crazy and have absolutely the life that everybody else has, which is stressed, not able to pay all my bills, trying to figure out what legacy I'm going to leave for my family. And I refuse to live like that. So you have to speak to yourself every day and tell yourself what you're accomplishing.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And hey, guys, I want you to make sure you're checking out the things that we just posted in our Team Elite Facebook group. We want to see your interaction, your likes, your shares, your comments, your replies, all of that kind of cool stuff. Hey, Kim, what do you think about those 4 points?
Amazing points, T.Gray. I just want to zero in on point number 2, which is learning to live by the calendar. Because what you find is that this is where most people get messed up, because they leave themselves so open to everybody coming in and so many things coming at them that they lose sight of what is important. And so when you have the calendar, you are able to plug those things in, the things that you must do. We talked about, we should know about the 80-20 rule, where, you know, 20% of what you do really covers for 80% of you know, what you get back. And so your calendar will help you to balance and to manage things better so that you can get greater results. You will see some of the things that you can delegate, get somebody else to do them. while you focus on the 20% of things that are going to give you the great results. So I love those points, but just zero in on the calendar, master your calendar, you master your bank account.
Awesome, awesome. Kim, make sure you reply to point number 2 on the post that I just made and add that to it. So, hey, those were great things, guys. Practical tips. Make sure you go back to this episode over and over again. Hey, last thing before we go, Eliza Kraus, congratulations for watching Team Elite TV. Definitely one of our customer acquisition champions. Eliza, I want to put it out there to you guys. She goes, how are people bringing up the Zen Project 8 products to people that they don't know really well who are overweight? We do that. And by the way, she says D-Lo is the bomb. All right.
Thank you.
All right. How do you
talk to people that are overweight and that? And I guess the question becomes, we see people. You got to think where I'm coming from. I live in one of the top. It's actually the top 3 most obese cities in the country, right? McAllen, Edinburgh, and Far. Now, tell you what, it becomes a very touchy situation when you see what they need, because you feel like, oh my goodness, you need this, you're overweight, I can help you. But the best way, I believe, to talk to people about the Zen, remember that people are going to do business with you with the people that they trust, right? So the first thing that you need to do is figure out what it is that they need. Become their friend. That is really the core of our business. You have to create that bridge. You have to create that relationship. And you know what? People are not interested. This was a statement that was so powerful to me and has been so powerful to me throughout my life. People do not care how much you know. It is how much you really, really care. And when you talk to someone that you know that you can meet their need, because it is a need. Most people that are obese, I will tell you, I have yet, especially in my area, to meet someone that is obese, overweight, feel self-conscious. I have yet to meet one of those people. I never knew what it was until I became obese, right? I gained a tremendous amount of weight. And there's nothing pretty about having difficulty walking. There's nothing pretty about your knees hurting, your back hurting, you can't function, and you feel like everybody else around you knows how uncomfortable you are. And the most important thing, when you encounter those people, truly and genuinely become their friend. Because when you do that, you establish that relationship. And you know what? You right away, and I can guarantee you that in the first 5 to 10 minutes of having a conversation with someone that is extremely overweight, they're going to tell you that they're tired. They're going to tell you that, oh my goodness, I wish I could, lose some weight. I can't sleep well. And when you really listen to them, we have one of our products, and the best product that I find that can open the door to Zen, especially for someone that is extremely obese, and we don't know how to open up that door. Reserve is a very powerful product. You may want to zone in with the Zen, but you don't want to scare them away, and you definitely do not want to offend anyone. However, when you talk to someone about getting a little bit more energy, their immune system getting stronger, because what happens when your immune system is stronger and it's fed and it's nourished, then it starts to work properly. You start to shed some fat, you can sleep better with that reserve. Reserve is an anti-inflammatory. What is the first thing that happens when somebody starts to drop weight? They get rid of some of that inflammation. So you may not want to zone in first with the Zen, but one, you want to establish that relationship, and Reserve is one of the best and most powerful products that you can enter into someone's lives when it comes to your business.
Wow. I thought that was absolutely powerful. I mean, so that's the first thing you got to do, guys. Like Dora said, be their friend. Be their friend. Show them how much you care and be their friend. The other thing I would just add, of course, like Mark McDonald told us last week, you got to live it first. Make sure you have your own story. So live it so that, you can share from a point of compassion. Hey, here's, I use and experience of you having used a product. But then I'd also say be creative, right? Like we're coming into that season. where people are very conscious of it, right? So for example, number one, what is everybody thinking about for, you know, Thanksgiving and Christmas? How they're going to gain 5 to 15
I don't want to gain.
Right? So am I still on? Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
You can? Okay, cool. Because my computer's doing some weird stuff, right? All right. So, you know, how everybody's getting, you know, getting gained. So what if you had a T-shirt that said, or a card or a flyer that said, hey, you know, here's how to survive the holidays, right? That's one of the, you know, Mark McDonald's going to be teaching us different theme-based promotions, and one of them is going to be how to survive the holidays, right? And Mark is going to also lead us from a business perspective in one, you know, for the new year, one for the spring, fall, you know, summer, and one for the fall. So if we stay on that, we'll be able to, you know, tactfully and appropriately bring those, you know, bring the message to people. You guys, do you have any ideas? Kim, you have anything else you want to add to that?
Well, basically, as a matter of fact, I did a promo and getting a feedback. I'm not sure why. I did a promo the other day, and I set up a table with, you know, all the products and nicely displayed. And Laurie, there are a couple persons that just walked by the table that I thought should really come and ask me about the Zen because they were grossly overweight. But they didn't even look at me as if, listen, in Jamaica, fat or overweight, we call it fluffy. So it's a statement. And so it's really a very touchy topic to go to somebody and say, you need some Zen, we need to be talking about Zen. So back to what Doris said, it's really better to build conversations. And I also believe that the Awaken, the 7-day detox is something that everybody needs. So that is something that we could introduce, not just talking about weight loss, but talking about cleansing the body of all the toxins. And that is kind of a gateway where you can get in and have further conversations about the transform pack. So it's really about building relationships and finding out what the people want, because some persons are comfortable in their overweight states, while others are really looking. So the ones that are looking will say, you know, what it is that they're experiencing, and we have to be open and listening to what they're saying so that we know what to suggest to them.
Awesome. Powerful. You guys are absolutely amazing. We have officially reached our time limit. I want to say thank you guys for an awesome episode. Let's get this out there. I want to challenge everybody watching. Hey, tag up on this, comment, promote this episode. Let's get everybody using Team Elite TV, because you know what? We're seriously committed to the success of every last person in this JEUNESSE family, and especially in our Team Elite family, you and everybody on your team. So let's make sure that everybody knows that these tools exist and actually use them. God bless you guys. Have a great night. We'll see you for Team Elite TV episode 81. And in the meantime, let's hang out on our Facebook group.
Bye. Have a great weekend.
All
Actually,
right.
start of the week.
There you go. There you go. Start of the week.